To everything a season, to everything a time. You've been down, but it's your time. Go get what he has for you. Beauty comes from ashes. No, it's not the end. You've been down, but get back up. It's your time to live. Everything a season, to everything a time. Everything a time. You've been down, but it's your time. Beauty comes from ashes. No, it's not the end. It's not the end. You've been down, but get back up. It's your time to live. For his power, it lives in you. You gotta get up. You gotta live. For his power, it lives in you. Yeah. It's your time. Don't stop believing. And don't you stop your praise. The wait is over. It's your time. It's your time to live. And don't live in fear. He's specializing things. It's your time to live. For his power, it lives in you. You gotta get up, yeah. And you gotta live, yeah. For his power, it lives in you. He's specializing things. It's my time, yeah. Come on, put your hands together. You cried about it long enough. You cried about it. You prayed and you fasted, and he's getting ready to answer you this very time. He's getting ready to give it to you. What you sowed in tears, get ready to reap in joy, and get ready to reap the harvest. Because it's your season. Yeah, it's your time. Can you say it and agree with me? It's your season to live. 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 Your season to live. It's your season right now. There's a purpose for you. There is a promise inside you. And there's a word you can stand on. Because his power, it lives in you. Oh, his power, it lives in you. The Spirit of God, it lives in you. And you gotta get up. Come on, I'ma say it until we feel it. It's your season to live. It's your season to live. Get all that he promised you. Get all that he has for you. Because the promises are still yes and amen. If he promised you, that means he's more than able to complete it. It's your season to live. It's your season. It's your season. It's your season. The devil is alive. It's your season. You gotta decree it. It's your season. You gotta declare it. It's your season. I'm confident in this moment. It's my season. 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 Your season. It's your season to live. It's my season right now. I feel the glory in the atmosphere. It's my season to live. It lives in you. For his power, praise Him for the promise. It's still good. No matter what's going on in the world. It's your season. Yeah, yeah, it's your season. Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Vanessa of Vanessa in Purpose, and welcome to my very first VIP conversations. I'm telling you, I'm excited about this monthly series that I will be hosting every month. It'll probably be towards the end of the month, like it is now. I'm telling you, I need you guys to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like my business page on Facebook, Vanessa in Purpose, because it's gonna be locked right here every I want to say every last Sunday, a Saturday of the month. It's going to be a new topic. It's going to be guest speakers, guest people are going to be on here. Sometimes it'll just be me, giving y'all my rant, okay? Because I got a rant. But anyways, today the topic is, yes, Rich Auntie's Movement. This topic is very passionate to my heart because if nobody don't know me, y'all know I'm an auntie, I'm a godmama. I got 100 kids. It's ridiculous. Okay. Everybody like, why you got so many kids? Because they my babies. Okay. And so, and I'm proud to be a TT's baby. Okay. but anyways, I want to talk about, the Rich Aunties Movement, and I have two very special speakers that I will be introducing to you in just a moment. But I want y'all to understand, like, my monthly series is going to be real cool. It's going to be chill. It's going to be relaxed. I want y'all to sit back, have your glass of wine like I am. Today's feature wine is from a black owned Black Girls Magic. I hope y'all can see that. Okay, y'all know me and the lighting thing don't be working well. But anyway, Black Girls Magic Riesling. I hope y'all pick out a bottle, okay? Because it is tasty, all right? But anyways, I want y'all to chill, sit back, have your snack, have your drink, whether it's alcoholic or not, chill. This is a chillax conversation. We're going to be shooting from the hip. We'll have some guidelines along the way, but we're going to be like giving y'all a raw, uncut, unscripted. So please sit back and enjoy today's conversation. So again, I say it's Rich Aunties Movement. We're going to be talking about the Rich Aunties Movement. And if you don't know, it's just a movement really that's been coming up more so visible with just women who did not prioritize like having children, getting married, and they put other things in front of it, like getting, going to school, career oriented, business oriented, taking trips, traveling, just really scooting down the line that plan for or may not have a plan. So I'm not saying you have to have a plan. Some people don't have a plan at all to have children or get married. Some people just move that plan down the line to like their 40s and older to like really do all of that. So we're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be talking about the taboo of like how it's been being an auntie and kind of like the controversial statements and microaggressions that's been coming up about being a woman of a certain age and not having children or not being married, and kind of like how that is. Of course, coming from my own experience, me being 40, single, no kids. Okay. But anyways, I want to introduce to you my lovely, beautiful sisters in the Lord, but also my cousin and my god sister. I have first Jovan Bingham. She'll be going as Joe today.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Joe. Joe is an entrepreneur, a very successful entrepreneur, and a lovely auntie.
Yes, I am. Thank you for having me, Vanessa.
Yes. And next we'll be having Chrissy Z on as well. She is my cousin.
Hello. Thank you for having me, cousin. Love you.
I love you. And she is definitely an auntie. So, ladies, I'm gonna first start off with this. I know we're talking about being aunties. Let's talk a little bit about aunties. So, how many nieces and nephews y'all got, and like, what kind of auntie are you categorized as? Like, are you like the cool auntie? Are you the strict auntie? Are you the rich auntie, the one get all the money? Like, who are you? What kind of auntie are you?
Well, for me, I consider myself like a mix of everything. They know I'm the fun auntie, but then I can turn around and be the serious auntie. I'll dance with them, play with them, but at the same time, they know I can be serious. So I'm pretty much a mixture of everything. I have 7 nieces and nephews, 3 girls, and 4 boys.
Wow, wow. All right, Joe. What about you?
All right. So I would like to piggyback on what Christine said. I would define myself as the fun auntie, the cool auntie, the rich auntie, the strict auntie. Um, I too enjoy just staying on top of things with my nieces and nephews. Biologically, I have 2 nieces and 1 nephew, but of course, through friendships and through family members, I've acquired extra kids along the way. So that's a good thing as well.
Oh yeah, I piggyback off y'all too. I'm the cool auntie. I'm the strict auntie too. You know what, my niece Maya, she calls me the fashionista auntie. So
Which you are,
Okay.
which you are.
fashionista. So yeah, and I have 2 nieces and I have a nephew. So I don't have as many as y'all, but but I got like probably about 8 to 10 god kids, and probably some other god nieces and nephews too. So y'all
And
know
some other adopted ones, because you pick up ones along the way.
and y'all know I work in child welfare, so I got
Right.
all of my kids. Every one of my kids is my kids. So, anyways, so let's talk about it. How has it been? And I'm saying like we're of a certain age, and I'm saying it because we're all over 35. Can I say that, Christine?
Not yet.
Okay.
Don't age me. Don't age me faster than I am. Not yet.
So
But I'm approaching that. I'm in my 30s.
we all over 33, over 30, right? So we're all over 30, no children, beautiful aunties. And so like how has it been? Like a lot of times it's been said that, when you get over a certain age and you haven't had any kids, that's it's an issue. You have a problem. What's wrong with you? Do you want any kids? Ew. If you don't
Right.
want any, what's the problem? So what
Mhm.
has been y'all experience with, growing up, and like I said, we've been of a certain age, over 30, haven't had any children, high in society, how you view by family, friends, and society, you know, um, being single. I mean, being without children, I'll say that.
I will say for me, coming from a Caribbean background, you there is a so-called timeline of which you're supposed to have kids, be married, and yeah, start your life or whatever. I know for me, I've never followed with societal norms. If you want to say that, I've always rocked to my own beat, and
Right. Right.
yeah, so for me, I've just been like working really hard and focusing on my career and just growing my business. So that's what I've been occupied doing. Have I had the desire to have kids? Of course. Do I want kids? Yes. But it just hasn't happened as of yet. But I am
Yeah.
hopeful that it will happen someday soon.
Oh yeah. I echo a lot of those same sentiments. I don't feel it too, folks talking about it. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to that.
Christine.
Yeah, for me, I feel the same way. Just like Joe said, I do desire to have kids one day. But so far, I don't have any children, and I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. I love the freedom. I can get up and go when I want to and just focus on my career, focus on my future, focus on my businesses that I'm trying to start. So I'm just enjoying this time because some people they wish they had this opportunity. You know, some people they said they wish they would have waited to have children, but they didn't, or whatever the case may be. So I'm enjoying this time because you only live life once. So you just have to do what you have to do until it comes around.
That's what I say. And so
Exactly.
with that, I understand. Like I echo a lot of y'all same sentiments. Me being 40 years old, I'm gonna tell y'all, being 40 and like having had children, people always. What are some of the comments y'all receive? Because I'm always like, oh, it's been, um, you better not wait too long, or you know,
You better not wait too long. What are you waiting for? Do you want to have kids? And then for me, my younger sister, she had her kids before I did. So they're turning to me like, okay, well, she already has her kids, so where are yours?
right,
Right.
right, same thing. And so, like, even I think
Yeah. So the question,
I was 30. By the time I started 30 years old, I started getting those comments like, "Oh, like where your kids?" Or, and y'all know. I mean, those who know me know I've been watching kids. I've been babysitting since I was 13. I was a live-in nanny at 16, three with three. So I've been a long time around children, and so it was funny. At one point, somebody said that they thought I was going to be a teen mom because I was so nurturing the children and I was, babysitting so much and all of that. And I was like, no, that ain't me, definitely. But anyways, having this long history of being around children, people thought I was going to have kids like heck a long ago. But anyway, God didn't allow that to happen.
And then sometimes I'm back and forth about it. I'm gonna be honest. There's times where I say I don't even think I want to have kids. When I see some of the things that other people are going through, I'm like, maybe that's just not for me. Maybe that's not my life. And the thing is, if you do have the desire to have kids, or whether you don't, that's your decision. That's your choice. It shouldn't be
absolutely.
expected that just because you're a woman that you have to have kids. There are plenty of women that I know personally. Some of my coworkers and other friends that I have, they don't want to have kids. They don't desire to have kids. They knew at an early age that they didn't want to, and that is absolutely fine. That does not define you as a woman at
Yeah.
all. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
I
You
know.
said
I know. For me, I'm the traveling auntie. So at
something.
any point, I can be on a different continent. I can be in a different state.
Right.
I love to travel. I love to collect passport stamps. So, in my time of waiting, that's what I do in my time. And yeah, basically there is no time frame for me. No one on the outside could define that for me. No one can determine that for me. Um, the comments do come, and I just let them roll off because for me, when it comes down to raising kids and becoming a mother, there is a certain way that me personally, I think kids should be raised. And for me, had I been, a 20-year-old with a child, I wouldn't be as prepared as I am right now. I wouldn't be the entrepreneur that I am right now. Um, I wouldn't be as successful as I am right now had I been had I been pregnant at a younger age. So now, if a baby were to happen for me, the timing would be right for me. I'm
Yeah.
established. I have things going for myself. I've traveled. I've lived a little. So if I were to have a baby tomorrow, I would definitely be prepared.
Okay.
That's
Right.
the word, prepared.
Right.
No
That
kids.
is the word. Yeah, prepared. Yeah.
got one, and I'm glad you brought that up, Joe, because that's Joe brought up a good point, and Chrissy, you brought up a good point of like, one is it's our own timing, it's our own choice, which was really funny. I'm going to interject this other movement that is pretty similar to the aunties movement. It's like mind your own uterus, mind your own ovary movement, and it's because people are always asking women, and it can go to gamut. It can go from when you're gonna have kids to how many kids you had, you're gonna have more, these questions of where people like evasively intrude your personal decision to like have children or not, or have more or not. And so this society has really gotten comfortable, I would say, with being very intrusive with women's reproductivity. I'm like, stay out of my own, stay out of my
right.
Stay out of them.
And that's just the nicest way of saying it.
Exactly. Because the truth of the matter is, and I want to say this too, for those who are watching, for those who will watch later, is that the truth of the matter is you don't know what a woman's struggle is, or you don't even know what a woman is thinking. You don't know. She can run the gamut of you asking her this question and she ain't even thought about it. You asking she has thought about it, or you asking this question and she's tried multiple times and nothing's happened, or she's gone through multiple miscarriages. I mean, really. And so you asking again raises up a bunch of emotions, and you wonder why somebody snap at you or come aggressively at you. You don't understand a woman's struggle. So I guess I would say in this time, they're kind of like, hey, public announcement, please be careful. No, please be careful.
You're absolutely right.
Pressing a woman about whether she's going to have children or not have children, or even have a husband. We don't go into that topic, right? Dating.
That's a whole nother topic.
But we gonna hit it a little bit, because again, this aunties movement, I mean, it's not only, I mean, you're married, Chrissy, but me and Joe's not married. And it goes into the same thing of like, to be married and to not have children. You get these questions like, when y'all gonna have kids? And so that's just another thing of just like I said, people mining their own uterus, and men just stay on your side because you're here.
Then too, for me, I think a lot of times the questions are coming from people who don't have it together. Like, you shouldn't even be concerned about how many kids I'm having when I decide on having my kids, because you don't even have your life together, or you may be a mother and you may be a horrible mom. So that's a whole other subject.
A whole other subject.
And I'm so I'm gonna pick up my glass for that one.
I'm gonna actually say something. I'm gonna say something because it's my platform. But I'm gonna say something. You're right, Joe, and it's so funny because I'm just like, I'm watching you struggle. I have it together, and like, even though I may have more sense than you, but I don't want to be in your boat.
Right.
Absolutely not.
I'm not gonna be in your boat. So why are you asking me when I'm gonna have a kid so we can be miserable together? Oh, you won't accompany me. You won't.
I don't want to be on the struggle bus with you.
No, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Oh, people that talk, oh, you better not wait. I mean, oh, you better hurry up. All that stuff. No, I'm good. I tell them all the time. Am I married yet? Then don't ask me about no kids. So that's marriage and having children. And it still is a choice, and it still is a choice. And some people get married and they don't have children, or some people get married and maybe they've been trying and it hasn't been successful. So that's why just people be careful about that conversation or about that question.
Right. It's a very sensitive topic. It's very sensitive and intrusive. Yes.
Okay, I'm sipping more than hot tea today. Okay, but no, for real though, and so just to be mindful and be careful when asking those questions. So, um, let's talk about a little bit like the struggle of, oh, I guess, let's say, I know
The
it's
struggle of
a little bit of dating. I thought a little bit about dating, um, especially in this, and I know it's a bigger topic, y'all. We probably should have a whole nother segment, right?
I'm just waiting to
A
see what you're
whole
gonna
other
say.
forum.
Oh, probably a conference, a 3 conference, 8
Right.
speakers, but just a little bit of like, dating, and then and the reason why I want to say this, let me add this to a bit, and that give us all some thought of when you chose, because Christy, you're a professional woman, and Joe, you're an entrepreneur, and I'm a career, educate, all that stuff. We all educated, got our prospective careers. When it came to like going into your career or going into being an entrepreneur, were there any people that thought, hey, if you go into that area, you're gonna be unmarketable as a wife, or you're gonna be, or men are not gonna want you because you're doing too much, you're too busy, or because I've heard some comments like as I begin to go into college and go into the career field, or people saying, oh yeah, go into that area because then there you'll find a husband, or you'll find, somebody to like have kids with, because it's like there's still this idea of like you're not complete until you have a husband and you have kids, so
Right, right.
gotten any of those comments as you're making strides through life, whether as you going to school, college, going into entrepreneurship? Have you gotten like either or side of that?
Well, part of that side,
Um,
or you may have the approach where some people are saying, okay, well, you are married and you're a professional woman. So when are you going to take time away from that to start a family? So for me, it was more so of that experience. I went more into my career after I got married. So then it's like, okay, are you going to slow down? Do you want to go back to school? You shouldn't go back to school now. You should focus on having kids. So for me, it was the other way. It was
Yeah.
more so like back away from focusing on yourself. And a lot of times with professional women or women in general, sometimes once you do get married and you do start having children, it's expected for you to stop focusing on yourself. And then before you know it, a lot of females and women, they're lost. They're like, okay, who am I? What am I doing? I desire to go back to school, but I can't. No one is supporting me. No one is saying that, go head on after your dreams. So
Yeah. No, that's a big point. That's a big point. To
where's the balance between family life, being married, having children, pursuing the things that you're passionate about? All of
yeah,
those.
this is
go
this is
ahead,
my
Joe.
thing. Who said we had to choose? Who said we had to choose between our careers and our family life? Like, I
Exactly.
don't feel as if we should have to put our lives on the back burner to uh, start a family. We don't have to put our life on the back burner to be a wife. Um, yes, indeed, being a entrepreneur, it does take a lot of time away from things you may want to do. But at the same time, it's so many rewards. I tell people all the time, as hard as I work, like it's so rewarding. That's always my response to people when they say, "Isn't it hard?" Yes, it's hard, but it's
It's
so
hard.
rewarding to be able to provide for myself, to be able to do what I love to do, and I have no regrets. I have no regrets.
That's right.
Even when
That's
I
what
was
I'm.
in college, even when I was in college, I knew that, uh, going through college, that would set me up in a different space. Once you complete
Right.
college, I mean, you're on a different level of being able to qualify for jobs.
Mhm.
So it's just all about what you want in life.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in life?
Yeah. And
You
What
want
do
to
you
set
desire for your life?
yeah. No, I totally get it. And so my thing is as we push away from the old ideal of, the people say the 1930s, 40s, 50s wife of like,
The traditional life.
yeah, dance around the house in a little skirt and all pretty and welcome your man home with his little slippers at the door while he and then, like it's so much in that right now. I'm just like, I'm trying to like not go into too many topics, but really that whole ideal of, this is where you get the problem is like women, the old ideal was that you grew up, you learned how to cook and clean and watch because you were soon going to be chosen by a man and become his wife and have children, and that was going to be your success. Like women, literally, you were successful. That accomplishment, per se, right? Accomplishment, right? And so, of course, as like the women's live movement come in the 70s and all of that, and so we get women that's like, okay, and then especially when women had to go to work and the men were out at war, all of that, right? So then we come into like women empowerment and all of that. But in some instances, you would think that it would be different in 2021 than it is back in the day of 1950s or 40s or 30s. But it's still some ideas that seem to still connect and stay latched to our society because yeah, women can go to school now, women can go to college, women go to work, women, are doing these things out in the society, but women are still the lowest paid, when it comes to men. And women are still looked at as incomplete or not whole if you don't have children or if you don't have a husband, or both, together. And so there's still like this holding on to an old ideal of what it is to be a woman. I should say, like, or but I choose to debunk that, and I think God chose to debunk that because my life is really being ran by God. And He chose for me to go to school, go and have a career, own business. He the one decided all this. He the one that put on hold getting married and have children. So anyways, I'm going to say that, like, I think we need to kind of let go of that ideal that you're not a complete woman or what have you, or your negative perspective because a woman doesn't have children. And so there is this so also in the ideal, I was looking at something and they were talking about it on Candy Boris's Instagram. And so she says that she said you don't have to be snatched to get snatched. So I'm using this as an interlude to go into another topic of things like women are doing to themselves to idealize this whole, like, I'm about to I want to be married. I got to get myself ready to be married. And so now drastic things that women are doing, as we see like the plastic surgery and we see implants. And I'm not talking about, I am a plastic surgery candidate. And I will have it again. I'm not down that, but I'm saying the drastic, y'all, we all know the drasticness, the drastic lips, the drastic this, and of course social media as well as TV, having these whole like women that's like super ultra like unreal, and people looking at that like, oh yeah, that's what gets me married. And these men that's like, yeah, this is my prize wife. And we even got social media personalities that's saying that if you're not beautiful, if you're not a certain size, if you're not this, that, and the other, you shouldn't even think about a high class man looking at you in any shape or form because you're not even a high standard woman. So what are some thoughts you guys may have about that? Like some of the things.
You know what? I wanted to say, for me, I don't look to outside sources to define me or confirm me or tell me who I am. I'm whole and complete by myself. So I know who I
Right.
am. Um,
Right.
I don't look at these celebrities with the implants and the booty injections and all the rest of this stuff, and I don't look to them and desire to be anything like that because I'm complete and whole the way I am, the way God made me. Um, so any man that would approach me and that's what they're looking for, they're barking up the wrong tree. Like it's just not going to happen.
Oh yeah.
And I think as women of a particular age, um, you should be completely whole. You should be completely secure in who you are. You should be spiritually and mentally, sound in order to move forward in life. Um, and that goes for relation in the relationship area. That goes for in being a mother. Like you need to really be whole and complete within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that. So y'all, I had to sip a little wine. So I'm looking at my computer. Brian posed a question. I know it's Brian posed a question, right? It says, how do y'all feel about dating men with children? Because in our age group, the over 30s, right? Age group, it's rare that they will be single and have no children. Well, women more so than men, but yeah. So, do you guys date men with children? And Chrissy,
I would,
did you
me
date?
personally,
I know you're married, but did you date men with children when you were single? So how does that fit? Because we're all like no children. You date men with? Do you make men with children? I'm gonna sit on this. I'm gonna let y'all say something because
I
y'all
know.
know.
I'm like, I think when you are speaking of those who are dating over the age of 30, that is definitely something that you have to consider. Because when you look at the majority of people around you that are over 30s, most people have at least one child. So that's something that you have to consider. Prior to me getting married, I would not date men that had children. Why? Because I didn't have children and I felt like I couldn't relate to that. So that was just a preference for me.
Okay.
No kids.
Yeah.
okay, all right. I
No
would
kids.
say for me, being in the age bracket that I'm in right now, ideally, I would love for the man who I am going to be with to not have any kids. I'm just being honest. But at the same time, I do understand that, the reality of it all is that, you know, sometimes they come with a package deal. Um,
That's true.
I just think that you have to know who you're in a relationship with and be able to navigate through that and do whatever works for you.
Yeah. I literally could probably write a book. What I'm getting to say is I got
And then also, it depends on the age of the children as well. I mean, if the
Right.
kids are grown, they're older, I think it makes a little bit of a difference than a newborn. So, yeah, it depends on the age of the kids as well.
I heard you had this one dude try to talk to me, and he gonna tell me his youngest was 1 month old.
No, thank
Yeah,
you.
see, something like that,
Okay.
see, that's non-negotiable.
You need to be gonna change and go feeding a baby. Don't talk to me. What's going on?
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Don't want it. Sorry. Talking about
Sorry.
y'all together, y'all together. So I have a whole theory on baby mama, baby daddy togetherness, and y'all can argue me in the comments. You can at me too. I don't have a problem. Because I dealt with it, and my sisters, y'all know I love that. All my god sisters, my god brothers, y'all know. All y'all that had kids before me, trust me, y'all know. It takes about a good 10 years in my book if woman is still single to not have that kind of emotional attachment to that man or woman, like them kind of having it back and forth, before they are really like they can actually detach and start a new relationship, like but like really clear of the attachment that I think people don't understand the attachment that happens when you have a child with someone, especially for a woman. You are holding a man's seed and it grows within you to fruition of a child. That is not an easy bond to break. Even though you and the dude could be cussing at each other, arguing, fighting, all of that, you only putting all that emotion in because you had that significant bond. So I tell you all the time, like your kids, if number one, I desire not to have a man with kids, and I have a whole another long spiel about that. Sure. Oh, I got a long spiel. I had to take up more time for the broadcast. I have a long spiel on that one, but it's really in short. I do not. I don't want to. I don't. Yeah, that whole like it's parenting comes into the subject. You know, like maybe your parenting style and my parenting style is different, and so if I'm the step parent or the step person looking at stuff, and I could be like, and then like I said, people who know me, I have my history as a social worker. And so I deal with children on a different level. And so, like, how I normally be parenting, I kind of look at that sideways. I'm just telling you the truth. I look sideways and stuff. And so,
That's
I
what
don't,
you have a different perspective.
yeah, in my expectation. So, we'll get into an argument with your kid. And then you be looking at me crazy. So, I don't even want to get into that. So, I prefer not to date children, but also because of that if I do, trust me, they're going to have to be like, at least 15 and up, at least because I have a minimum of a 10, at least 10. I gotta be at least 10 to even think about it. But I prefer something like 15. I'm just being honest.
15 or over the age of 18.
But you know what's funny though, and I'm glad that Brian brought that up because it's hard for me to like really date dudes because I don't have any children and I do desire to have children. So on the dating piece is very difficult because like I'm being 40 and I've dated guys that are like 45 and they've had their kids maybe at 18 or 19 or 20. So their kids like 18, 20, 19. They're like, yeah, I'm not starting over. Like
Right.
so that part I talked to this one guy for a short period of time. He's really nice, really outgoing. He's about 45. And that was his thing. He was like, yeah, you don't have any kids and you desire to have children. I really can't move forward with this because he said, I'm not starting over. He's like, one of my kids is 20, the other one 18. He said, I'm ready to like, have a wife and like we go traveling and we have fun and we live out the rest of our days together and enjoying one another's company without having no little babies, unless some grandkids come along. So that's why me and him couldn't continue to date. But yeah, it is an issue. It does come up for me in dating quite a bit. So I end up dating guys that are a little younger than me. And so that's a whole nother issue because then I get guys that are like 20 somethings trying to holler and you like, dang, I'm still 40. I can't go too far down backwards because I'm sure have to be there. It's a battle.
It's a battle. Yeah.
I know.
Get you a young.
Because then they maturity level not there because, like I said, I've established so many things, at this age. And y'all ladies know when you establish some things, you kind of like you want a guy that's coming with that or more because it's otherwise you start like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
And that in itself is a whole nother topic. Being that we've taken the time to travel, we've taken the time to become educated, we've taken the time to grow our own personal businesses. So finding someone who is on our level, or a little bit more higher than our level, that's a whole nother subject as well.
Or not intimidated.
That too.
Yeah, like I've had guys, tell me like, oh, like, oh, you in the school and oh, you got this career, or they trying to like, judge based on how much money you make or whatever. And it's just like oh, I don't know about that. And they think that you're gonna assert. Oh, let's talk about that. People feeling like, and I've been getting this for years, people feeling like the more educated you get, the more accomplished you get, the more money you make, that you think you're gonna be some hard woman, some hard, stern woman that some man don't want. I've had or men they get intimidated by. So have you guys ever got any comments about that? Like the more successful you are, almost people feel like the less feminine you are. And I mean, I'm honest, so honest.
I think if anyone feels that way, if anybody feels intimidated by me, they need to try harder.
That's not the one for you then.
Yeah, that's not the one for me. And you need to try harder. You probably need to be doing a little bit more with your life.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we've gotten it where guys have been like, or our family members or friends have been like, oh, your standards are too high. What about that comment? Say, oh, your standards are too high. What's up with that? I mean, like,
I'm not settling. I'm not settling.
Yeah. So I'm 40. I don't want a man with kids, and I would like him to be
have standards. If you don't have standards, then that means that you'll pretty much just go for anything. And that's probably part of the reason why it's so many different relationships and marriages that are not working out, because people don't have standards. They feel as though they'll figure out along the way, and then before it's too late, they realize, okay, this person is still doing the same thing, or I didn't know that they did this. So if you have standards in place, you can easily wean through the people that shouldn't even have access to you.
Oh yes.
So you have to have standards. That's a must.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's definitely true.
Yeah. So Kenya says the market is rough. Relationship standards are in the gutter. People come at you like your standards are unrealistic or too high. So you are definitely right.
Yeah. That's the world we're in.
People, I'm telling you, and I'm just sitting there like, and people expect you to take like whatever's at the barrel. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because we are women of a certain age, we're over a certain age, and people start putting on this thing like, oh yeah, where you're older and you kind of need to take what's coming to you, before you get past the age where you can have kids. Yeah, so so that's why I'm addressing that. Y'all can comment on that too. It's like, you can take anything, whatever comes. Trust me, I took all the time. I could have been married with 4 kids, 5 kids. I could have been married with all of that back then.
Oh yeah.
But the question is, if you did that, where would you be today?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He said, how about putting yourself in different circles, expanding your circles? He says, how about
you can expand your circle, but I think it's more so just like with our generation, like it's just things have changed so much. Dating has changed, courting has changed. When you look at the men and women today who raised them, a lot of them were raised in single family homes. They never had the opportunity to see the male role and the female role, and how a marriage is supposed to be, a relationship is supposed to grow, and how they're supposed to work together. So people are just in relationships based off of what they've experienced, which is probably something that's not even functional. So they are going into adult relationships and marriages based on the way that they were dating when they were teenagers. Right. They have no one, before them to give them a type of example of what the role of a man, because I know nowadays in 2021, we try to get away from gender roles. We don't want to label anything, but I feel like there are certain roles that still need to be in place.
Yeah.
In order for certain relationships to work, and especially for a marriage to work, there has to be some type of roles, but it shouldn't be something that's forced. It should be something that just falls into place.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can I
definitely.
just
And
can I just say the last thing I want is to be the last thing I want is to be in a relationship just to say that I'm in a relationship. You know,
Right.
and I think people have a hard time being by themselves, and that's because they're incomplete. But the last thing I want to do is just jump into a relationship to say, "Oh yeah, this is my man, this is my boyfriend." You know, that's the last thing I want to do.
Right.
oh, I'm glad you said that, Joe, because ooh, and it's like when you are complete in the Lord, okay, when you complete in the Lord, you don't have to just take anything to try to make you complete. And you're right, Joe. It is a lot around being incomplete in yourself. And it really has to do a lot, talk about it on my platform quite a bit. Low self-esteem, low self-worth, low acceptance of yourself, body image, my image, where you are in your life. You're not happy. So you end up taking on someone that you feel will bring you happiness because you don't possess happiness within yourself. You're not
Right.
doing it for you. So you bring on somebody like, okay, this is gonna be happiness. And that's not true. So I'm glad you said that. And then B also commented that people accept less in this day and time. And so that's why it seemed like our standards are high because people are accepting less. But again, I go back to accepting less is because you are lacking within yourself. And so
Right.
therefore, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna accept this piece of person because we're gonna grow together. Everybody got this thing about this soon. We gonna that's what's that whole relationship topic.
The potential of what could be is,
Exactly.
is being in relationship with the potential, but you never know if that potential is ever going to develop. And
Exactly.
That's
That
it
all.
will
part.
always be just a potential.
When you talk about that potential, boy, people be on it on that potential. They be like, but he got potential. Like, but has he moved in any step or direction towards whatever he's trying to manifest at the end of this? Like, I'm trying to figure it out because he's not moving.
Right.
Seen him. He may have came up with a few ideas, but has he made any steps towards those goals? I'm not gonna be with no so no, no,
I
no.
can't fall in love with the potential.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
I can't do.
Don't get but for real. So anyway, as we're wrapping this up. And we're wrapping this up. I definitely thank you guys for comments. Thank you guys for questions. Any more questions, please toss them out. But yeah, so it's a lot that's in this topic, right? It's a lot that is going on in this topic that, especially when we talk about aunties, we talking about single women, we talking about career women, we talking about traveling women, and we talking about I saw one meme and I think I sent it out to you all, and I was looking at it. It was a girl on TikTok, and she did a TikTok, and she was like, people always asking her like, when she gonna have kids or whatever, and then she was like, well, when you gonna go on that trip? Like, when you
Right.
gonna when you get your passport? Oh, I got mine. I'm on my way.
Right.
She just said like, why you sitting there worried about when you're gonna have kids? She's like, you still at home and ain't took out their vacation, ain't went on, ain't got your passport.
Yeah, you have a point there.
Right. So it's fun. Oh yeah, I got my t-shirt on. So I got this t-shirt from Yes, spelled Yeaux, Mama Mama. I found her on Facebook. But anyways, it's an auntie shirt. And I want to show it because I want to talk about it. So it says lit and fine and hood and woke and petty and bougie and hustling auntie.
A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
Auntie. Oh, honey, I'm the lit. Oh yeah, I'm definitely with my niece be like, Auntie, what's wrong with you? You the crazy. I'll be the
I
crazy
love
one.
it.
But yeah, it's like we're a little bit of everything. I can say that probably for all of us. Like we definitely are. Yeah. I think Joe a little more woke than me. Look, you go to her page.
Stay woke. Stay woke.
You'll be the one to keep us in line.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Can I just say this? Can I just say this? That I have no sad stories. With being who we are, women of a particular age without kids, and all of that good stuff. We've all lived. We've all lived. We've all traveled. We've all reached some goals, and we still have goals that we're trying to reach. So I would just say, like, for people who are in our realm, the same realm as us, just keep pushing towards your goals. Stay busy.
Right.
yeah,
Stay,
yeah.
stay busy.
And that's what I would say is, don't be pressured to, have a family before your time. Because really God is the orchestrator of your time. Like, when is it time for you to do this? When is it time to do that? And people say, oh, you make a great mom. People say it to me. They say it to Joe. Say it to Christy. And it's been like, oh, you'll be a great mom, or you be this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, only God knows. And also, I feel like God just saved me from having kids to help all these other folks with kids. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
I ain't got no line about baby mamas. I don't see my baby mamas on the line, but I got all kind of baby mamas. I got all kind of like sisters and aunties and everybody out to help raise kids. I can help raise so many kids. I can't count.
Right.
But like I said, and my thing is, maybe my love was meant to help you with yours. And then God's going to choose a time when He wants me to have my own at His due time, and I'm gracious enough to wait.
Right.
And in the meantime, while you're waiting, you are still living your life and doing what you have to do.
Okay.
Don't put your life on hold waiting for that. Some women are like, okay, well, I'll wait to buy a house until I get married and until I have kids, or I want to wait to see the world until I have someone to travel with me. And you may never have that opportunity. You may never have an opportunity. So, like Joe said, do it now. Don't wait.
Do it now. Don't wait.
I'm not waiting on
Don't wait.
I'm not waiting on nobody. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks. She said, I love you, appreciate you, aunties.
Thank you.
Another mama, do it now. That's right, Crystal. Do it now. We got to.
Do it now.
Like, we can't hold, we can't wait. And even you moms out there, like, I know different moms, and these moms that I'm looking at, y'all successful in your own right as moms, but we ain't holding no shade. We just shining some light on the aunties and just kind of the struggle we've gone through. I know, sometimes people don't even hear what happens, what's the conversations or how people address us as being aunties, because it's like, oh, you're an auntie, and then like, oh, when you're gonna have yours, and so it's always this kind of, like I said, micro or kind of backhanded comments that are just like, what? Why did you have to say that? Like you don't know what my situation is. And so that's why I wanted to kind of shine some light. And then, of course, me, the auntie, to myself, I wanted to like really talk about a topic that's passionate and close to my heart, especially during this here Women's History Month. And let's talk about, there are many women who've done so many awesome, great things in our lives, in this country, in our society, and they are aunties or they're not mothers, but they're great women, and they are whole and they're successful, and we should learn how to validate every woman where she is, whether she is a mother or not. And I think that's it. Whether she's a mother or not. Yeah. Yeah. I want to thank my two beautiful ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I know. I'm trusting. have y'all back for another topic because that whole dating.
Oh yeah.
We gotta come back to that. We definitely gotta come back. Dating in 2021 is a trip. Anyway.
It's definitely layers to that conversation.
So I just want to say thank you both for really joining me on this conversation and for sharing it, giving y'all heart, giving y'all raw, uncut, realness. I really think that this will help somebody and bless someone, whoever's watching, whoever's going to watch. I really hope that it encourages them to just live who they are, be who they are, accept who they are, love who they are as a woman. And happy Women's History. And, I want to say shout out, like I said, to Yes Mama. I bought this t-shirt from Facebook. I don't have all her information. And then I was sipping on a lovely Black women's wine, and it's called Black Girl Magic is what this wine is called, but the collection is called McBride.
Joe holding up her water bottle.
I know. I got McBride Sisters, and I bought that bad.
Oh yes, that's a good one. The McBride Sisters is a good one.
Yeah, this one is good. They also have red wine. They have some other ones. So every month I will be a new wine person. She's my Madam Vice President, the Rich Auntie, Unstoppable Bob. Yeah, she is. She is. She
that
is.
Part.
Our Madam Vice President, Kamala Harris, is a Rich Auntie. Yeah, she is. She is. I didn't even think about that. Sure is. Sure is.
You know what, Vanessa? Too. When people say Rich Auntie, some people are thinking financially.
Right.
But
right.
it goes beyond the finances.
Mm-hmm.
It goes beyond that.
Yeah. It's really like what rich, and I think that term, and I'm gonna have to look it up, it's very new and people use it and got it on t-shirts and all of that. But I think at least from my own perspective, y'all, this is VIP perspective. But I think it comes from like auntie being the one that's always like, the auntie that give the money. Or to take you out, and so you have either an enriched life experience, or like she gives you money and you always feel like that auntie's rich. Like my niece, if I give her $20, $10, she's just like, ooh, I got a lot of money, and so they think you have a lot of money. They think you're a rich auntie. So I think they made this come from the perspective of how kids you are, because you are the one giving them the money or are taking them out to the places that they mom and dad don't know what to take them. So yeah, it's not rich. And also that the woman, I would also add on that's like, the career focused woman, the entrepreneur or whatever. And maybe like the auntie that's chasing the bag, and I can't say that I'm auntie. I can't say that neither one of y'all is out there. Right. We all chasing bags, okay? We try to become that girl rich auntie, okay? But anyways, thank y'all again. Thank y'all so very much. Love y'all. And so y'all, until next time, please meet us here again. The end of next April. It's gonna be a new topic. I will put out a flyer, I believe, next week or the week after that. So stay tuned. Please follow Vanessa in Purpose on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And purpose.com. I have t-shirts and masks that you can purchase at a discounted rate of 21% off at code 2021. That's 2021 for your 21% off t-shirts and our masks. Anyways, y'all.
We'll be looking for our Rich Auntie t-shirts then.
I know,
That needs to be your next t-shirt, your Rich Auntie t-shirt.
I got to come up with something else new because somebody already got Rich Auntie. Somebody got Rich Auntie. This lady who I bought, she got like all the other words auntie, and then it's another company, they got some other. It's probably, I got to figure out something. Yeah, probably the spelling got to be different. I don't know, but anyway, do y'all share anything like where people can follow you?
I do want to show. I don't know if you can see this glass that I have here. It says Rich Auntie Vibes. Can you see?
Wait. Come closer.
Okay, yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
some black and gold product. And then
Oh, I see
also
it.
it comes with a matching shirt. Rich Auntie Vibes.
Okay.
And who
Black
was that?
and gold product.
You said who?
Black and gold product.
Okay.
They're on Instagram.
Okay.
I
On
like
Instagram.
it. I
All
need that
right,
glass.
y'all check them out because I'm telling you one thing about VIP. We are about promoting, Black businesses. We are about promoting like women-owned businesses, like any small businesses. Like I said, if you get into me and give me some products, yeah, I'll feature it. I'll definitely wear it, show it, drink it, eat it, whatever you. Just holler at your girl. All right. So again, thank you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate it,
Love
y'all.
you.
Thank you.
This was
Thanks,
fun. We
Vanessa.
definitely. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.
Everything a season, to everything a time. You've been down, but it's your time. Go get what he has for you. Beauty comes from ashes. No, it's not the end. You've been down, but get back up. It's your time to live. To everything a time. You've been down, but it's your time. No, it's not the end. It's your time to live. For his power, it lives in you. You gotta give. You gotta live. For his power, it lives in you. Oh, yeah. It's your time. Don't stop believing. And don't just stop your praise. But what it is,